So one of the things that I've been working on in my little sabbatical at Google was the notion that, gee, we can try and make a programming platform where you give people the idea that it should be very, very easy to make mobile apps. So this is let me see if this video works. This is a 1-minute video that we produced at Google to give you an image of it. So this is, that's Karen's cat. And there's Karen. Karen's going to make a little app that has a picture of her cat and makes it meow. And you'll see about how easy it is. She brings this thing up and says, I want to make a new project which is called Hello Purr, which is Hello World in Cat. There's a place where I can say what the programs are. I'm going to use this by connecting the phone to my computer with a USB cable. I'm going to say, gee, what's in this app is a button. And that button is going to look like a picture of my cat. And there you see it on the phone. And now I'm going to add a little sound to it, which is a meow. I'm going to pull out the programming block for the button that says what you do when the button clicks. And I'm going to say, when the button clicks, you play the sound. And now that's the whole program. And I'm going to say, put it on the phone, and end of program. Okay. Okay, that's about how easy this is. Let me show you another program. Let's see if you can figure out what it does. This says, let me read it for you. That says, when I get a text message from some number that says something, I say to the thing on my phone that'll send text messages, send a text message back to that number. And the message I send back is, sorry, I'm driving now. I'll text you later. And then I send the message, and then I'm going to tell the phone's text-to-speech generator to say to me, right, to speak to me, a message received from that number, and the text was the message. You got the program? Right, so that's what it looks like. This program, when we were first putting out App Inventor, what's interesting is this was done by a freshman at University of San Francisco who had never programmed before. The course he was in is not even a computer science course. It's one of these appreciation to internet kind of things. And by now, of course, there are about 100,000 apps like that. And that was over the last, in the last 2 years. When he did that, it was one of the first. In fact, it was striking enough that it actually got written up in Wired. So Daniel Finnegan, who was the freshman, made this no text while driving app. And it was significant enough that it was easy to make an app like that. And the Wired reporter got it, right? He said, really, what has to happen is computer programming and this mobile infrastructure needs to be democratized. And that's what this project is about. So when you see about all of these apps coming out, do people, not you guys, because there are wonderful courses here in making apps, but does the world think of this mobile infrastructure as something that you can shape and be creative? Or is it purely a consumer technology? And you have to ask yourself, if it's going to be purely a consumer technology, what's that mean for the evolution of the network and the evolution of information technology? Let me just sort of show off a little bit. This is a project that was done by 3 students in a class I taught last spring, and I don't want to say, gee, this is a wonderful MIT thing, because the cool part is that anybody now can do this in any class. This is a little app which was a 3-week student project that's based on these Comber urine analysis strips, where they do various medical tests. They're made by Hoffman LaRoche. And the app basically says you take a strip, you put a sample on it. Yeah, you take a strip and you put a sample on it, and you take a picture of it with the cell phone camera, and it does the very, very simplest image analysis. Let's say, is this thing red, or is this square red or pink or green, and this next one this, and then it presents, and then it shows you the diagnosis. Maybe it shows you the diagnosis, maybe it immediately sends that to a clinic that's monitoring you. But it's really, really simple. And there's a project at MIT that thinks about the implications of mobile technology for inexpensive diagnostic equipment in the developing world. And in fact, this picture is from 3 weeks ago, where they're testing it at a clinic in Nicaragua. And everybody was really excited. They said, wow, look at this great thing. And they all ran around saying, gosh, where can we get as much urine as we can fast in order to do this stuff? But that's just a little image of what you can do. And obviously what you could be doing in your courses on mobile apps. There's an enormous opportunity. So Google decided about in August that they didn't want to actually release App Inventor as a product, because they said, gee, that actually doesn't fit in our product portfolio with things like Gmail and stuff. And so instead, they worked with us to launch a new center at MIT. So this is just getting off the ground. We announced it in August, called the MIT Center for Mobile Learning. And it's right at the stage where there are three of us who've gotten together. So one thing it's going to be doing is working in App Inventor.